Hi, I'm Wes Fowler with Fowler Interiors and Upholstery. Today I'm going to show you how to reupholster a simple wrapped cushion. This particular cushion is off of an Ab-Doer equipment machine. This is the same shape as your dining room tables, chairs, and the method used for reupholstering this is the same method you would use for those. First step you're going to do is you're going to remove the staples around the perimeter on the bottom. Most of your dining room chairs won't have any type of cover on the bottom of it, but if they do, and it's not torn up, you want to remove the staples carefully so that you can reuse this bottom piece. In this particular case, the dog got to it and chewed up the bottom piece, so I have to look and see what it looks like when I get it off, whether I'm going to reuse it or not. Another thing you want to make sure that you're careful of when you're using a staple remover is that you don't pry staples up with your hand in front like this, because these prongs are very sharp and they hurt. So there's the bottom piece. And it's not in too bad a shape, but it is chewed up on the corner, and it's really thin material, so I wouldn't be using that again. Once you get that off, like I said, most dining room tables or chairs don't have that on the bottom. You just take off the staples off the actual cushion vinyl. There's the top piece and the piece of foam. Foam on this one, even though it was chewed up on the corner just a little bit, it's very low density foam, so it's really kind of soft. So I'm going to replace it with a same thickness. It's a 1-inch foam, but this is a high density foam, so it'll make a much nicer cushion for the exercise machine. When you cut the foam for cushions, you need to cut the foam a little bit wider than the actual cushion, so that when you fold over the vinyl and everything, you're not cutting into the edges of the vinyl with the edge of the wood. So this is the actual size of the cushion, and so we're going to cut it just a little bit larger than what's on it is. So there we have the new foam that's cut for the cushion. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut the vinyl, take the piece itself and measure it at the widest point, allowing for at least 2 inches over the top or around the corners. So you're looking at 22 inches that way, and lengthways still about 22. So a square piece of vinyl, 22 by 22 is what we're going to cut. Since it's 22-inch square, you really don't have to worry about which way you run the material. There's no pattern to it or anything. On dining room chairs, and in this case with this piece of equipment, what you want to make sure is that you put the bottom back on the proper way, because it'll go either way. You can put it on this way or this way. However, if you put it on this way, these cleats are going to pull out of the wood, so it's not going to stay on the piece of equipment, or if you were doing dining room chairs, it wouldn't stay on your chairs. The way these cleats are made is so that you have your frame of your furniture, or in this case a piece of equipment, and the screw goes through the frame into the wood and holds it on tight. So you want to make sure that you have these on the proper direction. The only thing left now is to staple it on. This is a pneumatic air stapler that I prefer to use. You can use a hand stapler, or electric stapler if you have either one of those for doing around the house home projects. If you're doing a lot of projects, the air stapler is a lot easier to use. Also, if you're doing furniture that is made out of hardwood like oak, you have to have an air stapler because an electric stapler generally won't cut it at all. So anyway, the reason I cut the foam a little bit larger is because when I pull this up and roll it around the side, if you don't, all you're going to have is a rough, hard wood edge there, which is going to wear into the piece of the material. So you just pull it up, pull it tight, and then you staple it. When you go around corners, you want to pull it tight and walk it around the edge. So once you get everything stapled all the way around, then you just come back and trim all this excess off. And you want to make sure that when you do cut off the excess, that your holes are available for the bolts. And then you can go back, I like to go back and staple down the material. So for most of your dining room chairs, that's all you would need to do. Then you just put it on the frame and screw it back down. However, this one had a little cover on the bottom that you saw when I took it off, so I'm going to put another cover on the bottom. Using the same material, just a smaller piece. And you notice I cut it the same size as what's on here because what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it over and staple it so it has a nice finished edge. There's the new bottom on it. All you have to do now is find the holes for the screws. Now you got the holes for the bottom, or for the screws to go through, and it's all finished. Again, this can be your dining room chair or any type of cushion that is simply wrapped around and stapled on the bottom. If you need more information, please check the website at www.interiorsandupholstery.com. If you're in the Atlanta area and you need some advice or help, or you'd like me to do some furniture for you, just check out the website and give me a call. Thanks for watching.